Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Rita's Book Club. This week I'm reviewing The Right Move by Liz Tomforde. This is the second book of the Windy City series, and I've been very excited to read Ryan and Edith's story. I really loved both of their characters in the first book, and I felt the chemistry in those two meetings. Ryan is the newest captain of the Devils, Chicago's NBA team, and the last thing he needs this year is for Indy Ivers, his sister's best friend, to move into his apartment. She's messy, emotional, and way too tempting. But when the team's general manager vocalizes his blatant disapproval of his promotion to captain, referring to him as an unapproachable lone wolf with no work-life balance, you can think of a better way to convince him otherwise than pretending to date his outgoing roommate. The only problem? Faking it feels far too natural. Having a fake girlfriend wasn't supposed to be messy, but having Hindi under his roof and in his bed is complicated, especially when she wants all the romantic parts of life that he could never give her. She never imagined she'd be living with her best friend's brother. Even more unbelievable, he needs her to act as his loving girlfriend, who suddenly changed him into a friendly and approachable guy. Because he's not. He's controlling of his space and trusting of others. Their arrangement isn't one-sided. She's in a wedding coming up, one where every one of her childhood friends, including her ex-boyfriend, will be in attendance, and there's no better date than her ex-celebrity hero. Blurred lines make it almost impossible to separate real from fake. Falling for a roommate was never part of the deal, especially when Ryan is quick to remind her that he doesn't believe in love. She's a romantic at heart and can't help but fantasizing that he will change. But is that the right move? So, my expectations for this book were very high. I had seen a lot of reviews about this series, and this book seems to be many people's favorite, and I genuinely loved it. I laughed a lot, and I also cried. I think it's a beautiful story about tentative friendship that develops to such a big love story filled with love, trust, and sweetness. It was so special to see these two get their happy ending, and it's even more amazing to get to know them and their past. We got glimpses of it all in Mile High, but we needed to know the depth of it all. And you guys know that I'm a sucker for a good fake relationship, and this one didn't disappoint. We got the funny moments, the awkward ones, and even the sexy ones. I'm obsessed with Indy. She's so amazing, strong, and independent. I loved how she knew what she wanted in life and wasn't afraid to fight for it. She never gave up on the people she loved, and she had to learn to do a lot of things alone and for herself. Her friendship with Rio was honestly one of my favorite things. And Ryan was a true gentleman, and with puppy cuteness, he was strong and more resilient than he thought it was. He was loyal to his family and his team. He was very hardworking, but he definitely needed to take a chill pill. His backstory is complicated and very sad, but it was so lovely to see him get his happy ending. One of my favorite things in the whole book was the dynamics between them. They pushed and pulled each other's buttons in a lot of moments, but they taught the other how to see life and live in a different way. Indy had to learn to be alone and to do the things she loved, not to please everyone around her, and Ryan needed to relax and trust others, to open himself up to his teammates and his friends. It was very magical to see them get there. Since this book was about Ryan, I was expecting to get a few more dynamics between him and his parents that were such a major part of the plot in the previous book, but we didn't get that. But I was pleased with how relevant to the story Stevie's character continued to be for Ryan and Edie. As a sister and the best friend, she's still so lovely, and I love the moments we got of them just being together. Finally, I love when you get to see the old main characters in the next book of the series, and this one is perfect for that. Stevie and Evan are such a big part of Ryan and Indy's lives, so it's really easy to insert them in the story. Also, what a nice setup it was to have a few details about Kay's story, at least about his fatherhood. So I've already bought the third and fourth book of the series, and I'm gonna try and read Caught Up soon. That is Kai's story. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at ritasbookclub for more content. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Happy readings.